It is April 1st, April Fool's Day, but we didn't have a joke from Tesla. They started releasing the full self-driving beta for every Tesla owner. Elon was adamant that this version is so good that every Tesla owner needs to experience it. So I got the update pushed to my car yesterday. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet really in earnest, so I figured it would be a good chance to film a quick little video showing how full self-driving beta supervised handles the roads around me here in LA. I gotta go to Trader Joe's and pick up some groceries, so let's go ahead and do that with full self-driving. So the first thing you'll need to do is actually turn it on. So you'll go into your autopilot menu, and then you'll need to pick full self-driving supervised. There's a disclaimer that comes up asking you to confirm that you agree with that you're going to be supervising the car and that you'll be in control the whole time, and that they're not liable if you crash. So I'm going to be paying close attention, and hopefully nothing goes wrong and we get there safely. Yeah, so I'll confirm this. And then it shows a bunch of different options for the full self-driving beta. There's different profiles based on how aggressively or chill you want it to drive. There's different notification options for when it wants to make a lane change. You can also tell it to make minimal lane changes. And then I have it set to automatic speed offset, so it'll try to keep up with traffic and not just stick to the speed limit strictly. Then there's some settings for summon, which we're not going to look at right now. And then these are all your normal autopilot options here. So I've got full self-driving beta on. First thing you'll need to do to make it work, actually, after turning it on, is put in a destination. So let's look for Trader Joe's. This is the one I want on Admiralty Way. Cool. So it's got a route picked out. I'm going to put the car in drive. And then I'm going to pull down on the stalk twice to engage. Oh, no, I think it wants me to get out of the parking spot before it'll start. So I'll do that. There's no one directly behind me, so I'll engage full self-driving. So I'm going to keep my fingers, just my fingers, but my hands on the wheel. Let it do its thing. Pretty quick to accelerate up to 25 miles an hour, even though I have it on chill. Comes to a complete stop for a long time, longer than I would stop, and then it goes. Let's see how it deals with these cones. Interesting. Went over the double yellow line. Interesting. I guess a real person would have done that to give the workers some more space there. So that was an unprotected left. There was nobody coming our way, but it didn't really stop to double check. A little weird and indecisive with how it wants to approach these different turning lanes. So this is another unprotected left. I'm going to have to make sure it doesn't try to jump out in front of this white car. Alright, no cross traffic. It looks like we're clear, no pedestrians. It's making the turn. Okay, it tried to go over a curb there, so I disengaged. Let's try this again. So that's one disengagement. It tried to run over a curb. So when you disengage, it'll ask you to send a report to Tesla telling it why you disengaged. So now it's getting in the right-hand lane because we're going to make a right up there. How is it going to handle these trucks pulling out in front of me? I mean, it's slowed down sufficiently, but see which right-hand turn lane it takes. Oh, smart! It's going to stay in the leftmost right-hand turn lane because we're going to have to make a left up there. Let's see how it handles this double right-hand turn. It's not very clear lane markings, so hopefully it does it right. It turned into the incorrect lane, but we're going to let it do its thing. Okay. I don't know if this is amazing. I'm not sure if I should really be comparing it to how I would personally drive or how I would expect a human to drive quite yet. But it's driving itself, in a way. Alright, so there's a lane closure up here. Oh, smart, it changed lanes. We do have to turn left up there, so it's asking me to apply slight force on the steering wheel. Thought it was. It's a little sketchy because the lanes are so narrow. I figured it out. It's interesting that it got so close to that car in front of me taking off, and now it's really giving them a lot of space. I give it a little throttle. So we're making a left up there, and there's already people jumping into this kind of suicide lane here to make a left. I probably would have cut over by now, but it's probably a good thing that the full self-driving doesn't just go over solid yellow lines whenever it wants. See, we missed that light because it didn't get in the turn lane soon enough, but whatever, we'll just wait for another cycle. Assuming it does actually get us in the left-hand turn lane up here. Okay, it's going really slow. I might bump it up to average. So this is a protected left, luckily. Hopefully it handles this well. We're almost at our destination. I guess I could make the visualization here bigger. That's cool. So it's showing everything that the car sees around it. And when it's pathfinding, it'll show a blue path for where when it's trying to figure out where to go. So after the intersection clears here, we got our green light. I'm gonna give it some gas so it goes a little bit faster through the intersection. Yeah, this is not very good. See how timid it is coming up to the intersections? I just really don't like that. People would have, I'm surprised nobody's honked at me quite yet back there. Oh, this guy's trying to go straight from the right turn only lane. Well, actually, I'm not sure I really want it to try and deal with the situation where this guy's going to go straight when he's not supposed to. There's pedestrians over there. I'm going to call it a quick wrap for this initial first impressions. Somewhat impressive, but I think I need more testing to figure out what's going on. Yeah, they're really mad at this guy for being in the right turn only lane. You're in the right turn only lane, that's why they keep honking. Okay, since that was such a quick drive here, I figure I'll let FSD drive me back home too. Not exactly to my home, but pretty close. Don't want to dox myself now, that'd be silly. Okay, we're clear, let's back up. Down to this parking lot, and then I'll turn on FSD. So it won't let me activate it until it's got the little, oh, it's got the little thing. So it's going to figure it out. See if it'll get us out of this parking lot. Okay, so it looks clear. It's inching up to go. It's going. Pretty tight turn there. I mean, this kind of drives like I would have driven when I first got my driver's license, but it is what it is. It did not slow down for that pedestrian crosswalk, even though it should have probably. So we're turning right here. There's going to be pedestrians coming. I'm going to need to watch out for them. Not run anybody over today. That would be good. Got a bicyclist to contend with now too. Okay, so we have a green light, but there are pedestrians in the way. It sees them all. Just 2 more to clear the intersection, and then we can go. Okay, it's turning very tight there. Okay, it's going. We need to be in the left-hand lane. Good. Let's see if it takes the... Okay, it was very indecisive as to where I wanted to be there. Let's see if it takes this middle right-hand turn lane. There we go. It's just slowing down so much before it comes to a stop behind a car. I mean, I guess that's a normal amount of space to leave for that car, but... Okay, green. Okay, is it gonna avoid the cone? It almost hit the cone. So there's a yield onto a busy intersection here. Let's see how it handles this. I feel like we might get honked at, or we might cause an issue. Okay, we have a green light now, so no issues. Okay. It sees that this lane ends, it's getting over. Is it gonna get over one more? Yes. I don't feel it vibrating to confirm that it's trying to change lanes at all, but maybe it is somehow. I'm not entirely sure what that is. What that setting was. The camera's shaking a ton because these roads are so bad, but hopefully it's not too blurry. Okay, we need to make a left here. We want to be in the rightmost left-hand turn. Oh, it did pretty well there. I was surprised that it went over the lines. More happy that it didn't run into the back of that car after the car in front of us moves out of the way. Because in the visualization, it doesn't see that there's another car in front of this SUV, which is a little concerning, but we'll see how it does. I tried to summarize my thoughts a little bit earlier, but I was a little distracted by that guy sitting in the right-hand only turn lane getting honked at. But yeah, it's better than I thought it would be, but it's still not super confidence-inspiring. Like, I've got a trip coming up this weekend where we're driving down to San Diego. I'm not sure if I'm going to let FSD do that whole trip, but I might let it do some of it. So it's good. It's keeping to the right to get in this right-hand turn lane. I keep forgetting to summarize my thoughts. It's driving itself. It's not driving itself very well. Leaves some confidence to be desired in the way that it's handling turns and lane changes specifically. But yeah, I can see why Elon wanted to push this out to everybody. It's impressive, but it definitely needs supervision, right? Like this, it's very unnatural how slowly it comes up to these intersections and these stops, in my opinion. I would expect a little bit more gradual deceleration, but it seems like it's planning to stop like 10 yards in front of the stop box for these intersections, which is kind of weird, and then it just slowly inches up to the intersection. If a person does that in front of you, you think, well, what the heck are they doing? Like, why are they driving like that? But it is what it is with FSD, I suppose. All right, green means go. The car's confused because there's somebody next to us. They thought they were trying to go straight as well. They couldn't see what was to the right of us. Okay, we're turning onto the road that goes to multiple condos and apartment buildings that may or may not be one of the places where I live. Wow, really tight on that turn here. Okay, well that brings us to the end of our test drive. Oh look, it's going to try to pull over and park for us. That's impressive. This is where I put the pin to stop the drive. I did not think it was going to do that, where it was going to pull out, pull off the road and try to park. Well, that was pretty cool. Interesting. Full self-driving, version 12. Appreciate the free trial, Elon and Tesla team. I'll have to give it another go, put it through some, I guess, more difficult test courses, longer drives, and try to suss out some of those weird behaviors that they might be able to improve, or try to find more areas where this really shines. But as it stands now, I was way more stressed letting FSD drive than I would have been driving myself. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more Tesla content or full self-driving content while I have this beta for another month. If not, I'm trying to find other vehicles to review for you all, so stay tuned for new videos, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks.